to Beautiful Success, and you are watching the College Success series. So, I was reflecting a little bit and I thought back to my undergraduate education when I was earning my Bachelor's of Education degree. Now, one of the best decisions that I've ever made was withdrawing from a class and getting a W on my transcript. Sounds kind of crazy. I know some people are really afraid of getting a W on their transcript because it can mean a lot of things. But I'm here to tell you that that is okay if you have a plan. Class is basically a 2-week window in which a university gives you to drop a class without it appearing on your transcript, and it's like you never actually took the course. Now, it may differ from different universities, but usually it's 2 weeks and you can drop any class that you want. Now, for me, I was after the 2-week time period, and whenever you're after that 2-week time period, it's going to automatically show on your transcript. If you decide that, hey, this is not for me, I might retake it with a different professor. What that does is that it still appears on your transcript. There is an impact, of course, to your transcript. So if you have a W, it doesn't impact your GPA, which is great, but it still shows up on your transcript, and sometimes it can impact your financial aid if you continuously get W's on your transcript. And then also, when you withdraw from the class, you don't actually get that credit. So if you really need to take that class for your major and it's required, general ed class, you don't get credit, so you have to retake that class. So when I was taking my classes, well, my prerequisites that I needed for my major, I ended up taking an English literature class. Now, during that class, I had a professor who had a very different teaching style, and that was very different than what my learning style was, and I struggled. So I ended up, sticking through the course and took my first exam. Did not do well, but I started to get a little nervous because I was the one who always made Dean's List, and I felt that I'm like, ooh, I hope this class is not going to keep me from continuing to do really well in school. So I took my second test, and believe it or not, I did not do well on that one either. But I actually started to troubleshoot. Long story short, I ended up dropping the class, getting a W on my transcript, and ended up taking the class again and actually received an A. So let me go ahead and share with you what I did before deciding to withdraw from the class and what you should be thinking about if you are in the same boat. So the first thing that I made sure that I did was I went to the professor. I went to him numerous times, sat in his office, tried to understand the material, tried to understand the content and what he was teaching, and the same way he taught in the class was the same way he was teaching me in his office, and it just wasn't working. Now, that was, the first step. I was like, you know what? A lot of times, if you take the time to attend those office hours, visit your professor, they see that you're putting in the effort and the work into learning the material, and that helps you out a lot because you get that one-on-one time, and it's a lot easier to ask questions and for the professor to walk you through things. After that, I was like, okay, well, what else am I going to do? So then my second tip for you is look up some other classes with a different professor and make sure that you can retake it at another time. Sometimes that helps because I know that different teaching styles may not go well with different styles of learning. So if you can find that same class with a different professor, that might actually help you. Another option for you is to find someone who took the same class. So whether it is through student tutoring, or if you just know someone who took that same class and they can help you out, I would say visit them. If they have notes from that class and that'll help you out, definitely look into that. If they can teach you some of the material, that's also great as well. Another thing that I did that was really helpful was actually going to a different university. So I actually went to a community college to take this English literature class, and I'm telling you, it was amazing. I took that class during the summertime. I had a great professor. Credit that I took at the college transferred over, and I received credit for that English literature class. So that's another option for you. So if you can't find a class at the same class at your university with a different professor, you can always look for a class that you can take at a different university that can transfer over, and you can receive credit for that class on your transcript. So make sure that you have a plan, and I made sure I had one. You know, I decided, hey, I'm going to drop this class, receive the W. In the end, I went to a community college, ended up getting the same credit for that class, received a great grade, and although that W was on my transcript, that was okay. I didn't withdraw from any other class during my undergraduate degree, so it actually looked okay because it really showed that I took that class again with different circumstance, a different situation, a different professor, a different university, and I still was able to be successful. But all in all, I think it was one of the best decisions I made. So remember that withdrawing from a class, taking that W is not always taking an L. So just make sure you have a plan. If you have any questions about withdrawing from courses or any other helpful tips before you make a decision, feel free to leave some comments in the comment box, or if you have any other suggestions for those who may be going through similar situations, please leave your comments. And remember to empower, uplift, and encourage, and I'll see you in my next video.